Howdy, howdy, howdy. Once again, my friends, George Rodriguez, El Conservador, on KLUP 930 AM radio. And we've got our good friend Chris Hajec from the Immigration Reform Law Institute in Washington, D.C., and I wanted to get him on because there have been a lot of town hall meetings that are going on here in South Texas. And people are just at the end of their ropes. They want to know, what is the Biden administration doing to stop this illegal alien invasion, as well as the drug contraband that's going on, the drug trafficking. And many people are screaming and yelling and demanding that the governor shut the border down, and which is not really possible. So I wanted to get somebody with a legal mind to please tell us what is going on in Washington. How have we reached this point? And, what can be done? Chris, thank you very much for taking time to be with us. Talk to us. What is going on and what can be done?
Well, what is going on is an engineered stand down at the border. You're seeing the results of it. It's been the deliberate policy of the administration not to enforce the law, and that's unlawful. It's against the Constitution and the Administrative Procedure Act. As far as what can be done, this is the federal government's responsibility. So if you have someone, you have the fox running the hen house here. It's the federal government's responsibility, and they're not meeting their responsibility. It's not possible under the Constitution for the state to take it over, and they are limited in what they can do. And Democrats are pushing for even worse things, even more things along these lines, such as defunding the 287G program, where sheriff's deputies are deputized as immigration agents, and that results in a lot more deportation from those counties of criminal aliens. But of course, the Democrats want the criminal aliens there, and so they're trying to defund the program. The only way to stop this at this point is in the courts, and my organization is the only public interest law firm in the country that's dedicated to the pro-enforcement side of these court battles. And we defended the Trump administration all over the place with amicus briefs, and including many times in the Supreme Court. And now we are moving to stop Biden. We represent Texas in its lawsuit about the COVID aspect of this. And that's very important because Trump had shut down the border by just expelling everybody because of COVID. And Biden, that was no good for Biden. I mean, he believes in COVID, but he doesn't care about it when it comes to this. And so he let a lot of these people in. And then the whole message that sent and other policies sent, like just ending the Wait in Mexico policy, gave the cartels the idea that they could just come in. So there's been this surge. But if a court orders a return to the Trump expulsions for COVID, that would be very good. A larger lawsuit would be one that challenged the deliberate stand down itself as what is called abdication, or a conscious policy of non-enforcement, which is illegal under a law passed by Congress called the Administrative Procedure Act, and it's illegal under the Constitution, the Take Care Clause.
The very interesting thing is how effective liberals and Democrats have been in the past to tie up issues or to tie up actions that, for example, Trump was taking, to tie them up in the courts. However, it seems like sometimes we, on the conservative side, on the Republican side, don't act that fast. So looking towards what the Immigration Reform Law Institute, IRLI, can do is very, very important for us because, I mean, really, we've got folks that some of the town hall meetings that I've attended, people are ready to shoot people, illegal aliens, on their property, which would just cause themselves problems. Yet they are so desperate.
It would set back the cause because the media would have a heyday over it.
Oh gosh, yes.
But at least that would the environment is so strange that in the media that the whole problem going on down in Texas is not nationally known very much. I mean, people know about it, but they don't know how bad it is, and they don't know what it's like, and because it's not appearing on the evening news.
That's true. That's true. I mean, all they know is that there's illegal aliens crossing. They don't know about the property damage. They don't know. Well, I was telling you a few moments ago, I'm minding my own business this morning and coming back to the house, and there's a car chase. Where I mean, it is just incredible how things have become normalized. Things related to illegal immigration have become normalized, and we can't do that. So the courts have got to be, I guess, the answer for us. True.
Yes, the courts have got to step in, and I think there's an environment now, a climate where some courts at least will realize that and be willing to do so, because it's not just that this is bad policy; it's very illegal. And as I say, we have cases going on now, and we're going to bring more. And it's we don't have this. Our side of this effort is totally not comparable to the left and the anti-borders side. They have thousands of attorneys, hundreds of groups that could just swing into action, whenever Trump did anything, and sue based on some flimsy rationale, and bring it in the right court, in the Northern District of California, and get a quick injunction, and that was really meritless, and eventually that'd be overturned. Often it would be stayed. I mean, we went up to the Supreme Court on an emergency basis a number of times to get these kinds of injunctions stayed, meaning suspended, so that the policy would go on during the appeal. One of those policies was the wall. The wall was built because we got that stay that allowed it to be built while the case went on, even though there was an injunction against it. But anyway, we don't have the resources. There are people, though, who are working on this, and it's a great thing to have the state of Texas doing a lot. They brought a number of lawsuits. They've challenged the non-enforcement priorities of the administration, where only a small handful of really bad criminal aliens are deported. The other ones are left alone. And that's going on now in the Southern District of Texas. We filed a brief in support there recently.
You're giving us a glimmer of hope here. We're getting close to the end here. What can you tell the audience before you go? What more glimmer of hopes can you give us?
Well, there are good courts, and there are parties with standing, like the state of Texas, that can bring cases. And for example, the Southern District of Texas enjoined Biden's 100-day deportation pause that he announced on his first day of office. Very quickly after that, it was enjoined, and it was stopped. And that's the kind of rulings we're going to need in these other cases.
Excellent. Tell the folks how they can support you guys, because obviously we need attorneys and organizations like IRLI on our side. How can they support, and how can they get in touch with you guys?
Well, they can go to our website, which is a very simple address, It's not that. It's IRLI, IRLI.org. And you can donate there. You can read all about our cases, read our press releases, and so forth, commentaries, on and on.
You got it, buddy. Once again, my friends, we've been talking with our good friend Chris Hajec from the Immigration Reform Law Institute, IRLI, in Washington, D.C. Chris, thank you for taking time to be with us.
Sure, thank you.